Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, happy Halloween, Halloween weekend to everybody here. I figured in the live stream, I said, I might dress up a little and do a Halloween themed video, and those of you in the live were like, hell yeah, let's do this. So, I didn't get to do what I would have wanted to do dressing up because apparently that live stream where I showed you pictures from my phone of lots of different costumes I've done in the past, that video got demonetized because it was not safe for advertisers, not friendly for advertisers, because some of the pictures were lots of gore, lots of things that, zombies, ugly, creepy, gross things. So yeah, that video got demonetized. So I was like, well, I guess I can't dress up like that again. Hell. So here's something perhaps a little less creative, a little bit more basic bitch, but hey, here we are. So let's get into it. I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and in these videos we take a look at the tea with the tarot. These videos are always meant to be helpful, not hateful, so if you are down with that, join the family. We'd love to have you. And in addition to subscribing and tapping that notification bell, you can become a part of the Perk Squad for 5 extra perks if you hit that join button or click the link in the description box, copy and paste it into a browser. You can be a part of the Perk Squad. 5 extra perks, exclusive video content, lots of other stuff, video shout outs like this one. Shout out to you, Carol Ann. Thanks for being a member of the Perk Squad. Big hugs to you and thank you for being here. We love having you. So, without further ado, let me pull this up. Penelope's trying to match, mama. She's trying to match. So let's move this microphone right here. Yeah, let's move it. While we get shuffled up here and talk about what we're going to look into here on this Halloween day. I know Halloween's tomorrow at the point of time of filming this, but you get the picture. It's a Halloween fucking themed video, okay? Okay? When YouTube got mad and demonetized my live stream because of me showing those pictures, it was like, you know what? Let's take a long look at all her other shit, and it demonetized like 5 other of my videos too. Videos that used to be up and were fine, and now they're demonetized. So now I've got a notice every time I upload a video that says something like, I can't be trusted to self-certify that my content's safe for advertisers, and so now they're gonna have to be looking at my stuff. So here you go. For anybody that's had video requests of things that I'm like, I don't know if I should do that because I don't know if I'm allowed to do that on YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna be thinking about some other ways to handle those requests of yours. Even certain true crime reading requests that y'all are having, I'm gonna have to be pretty careful in how I do that because YouTube is laying down the law. So there you go on that. So, last time we did a real or myth, fact or fiction type of thing with various different mythical or questionable things, and y'all said, well, what about these things? And y'all were naming off stuff. I was writing them down on my handy dandy sticky notes, and they seemed really good for Halloween themed stuff, so we're gonna look into that. What we have here on the real or fake list, we're gonna look into Bigfoot / Yeti / Sasquatch / whatever the fuck it's called. We're gonna look at the Loch Ness Monster, vampire, zombies, werewolves, fairies, and elementals. We're just gonna be taking a peek here. And of course, this is all alleged, just my interpretation, okay? This video is just for shigs. This video is for the lulz. This video is for fun because we're hanging out together, having a Halloween time together. So don't take this one too super duper seriously, alright? Alrighty, okie dokie, let's dive in. So, spirit guides, Bigfoot, Yeti, yay or nay, real or fake, looking like it exists. What do we got here? What do we got here? Let's just do 3 little things here. Let's just do 3. Alrighty, y'all, I got 3 cards that are strongest in their upright types of positions, and so this is looking pretty good here in terms of whether or not these creatures are real versus fake. It's looking pretty real, and it's interesting here that what they're bringing up, look at this 8 of Cups here. It's kind of like retreating into the woods, kind of hiding, things of that nature. The Magician card is kind of skillful. It's like when you have everything you need to be able to kind of conduct yourselves in the way that you want to. So if these creatures are wanting to be hidden, this is like you've got everything you need to stay hidden. Some people would be like, but shouldn't they be discovered yet? Like any of these things, wouldn't they have legitimate, perfect, complete proof that everybody agrees with out there, nothing controversial whatsoever? Wouldn't they have that if they exist? Well, for some of these things, if they're like this, if they're existing in certain parts of the world that have undiscovered woods or forests that are at altitudes that people can't go, or, things like that are fairly remote and unexplored, maybe they would go without being seen. I don't know. I'm not a zoologist or whatever, the people that do animals and shit. I'm not that. But I'm just a girl reading cards, and I've got 3 cards that in their upright positions are stronger this way. This is looking good, and we're getting characteristics here of being able to kind of hide and live that way off grid or whatever if we're wanting to. So again, just a girl reading cards. This is looking confirmed. So that's for all you Bigfoot, Yeti, Sasquatch people out there. Don't know if certain people that have had sightings, if they mistook something else for a Bigfoot or a Yeti or whatever. Maybe they did. Maybe there's some people out there that want to create hoaxes. Maybe that's true, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's no such thing as some sort of Bigfoot, Yeti, whatever, Sasquatch. So just showing you what my cards are saying. Let's dive into the next one. Loch Ness Monster. Oh, Nessie. Oh, Nessie. Is Nessie real? Nessie fake? Nessie a myth? What are we looking at here with old Nessie? Oh, very interesting here, because we have this in a weakened position, strong position, could be read either way type of position here. From what I'm looking at here, it makes me feel like there is a something like in the Loch Ness or whatever, but I don't know necessarily from what I'm looking at here if it's like, what we would think of as Nessie. So what I mean by that is, like with the death card, for example, showing up here, you can't have something that is alive in a Loch Ness in a body of water indefinitely. At some point, if you are alive on this planet, you're gonna fucking croak. That's how it works here. Okay, and so what it's making me feel like, here is a cycle of death and a new cycle of rebirth, and so it feels like there could be some strange type of creature species perhaps that lives in the Loch Ness that could present as looking like some big, you know, prehistoric dinosaur swimmy thing or whatever. And so to me, like, let's say there was something deep down in the water that is, you know, a really very large aquatic animal or something, and it's not the same one now that people saw in the 1940s and not the same one that people saw in the 1900s, or, you know, however long. I don't even know how long people have been reporting sightings of these things. I am not one that goes down the absolute rabbit hole of these things. I don't know all there is to know about these things. I haven't even bothered to research these things. I'm writing things down based on your requests. So there's that. But yeah, I'm not getting the vibe of something that's like some big sea monster-y thingy that has existed in there and been alive all this time. It feels like some kind of a really big, weird aquatic animal thing that, you know, it's probably the grandparent has already passed. The parent may have passed. Maybe the new one's there. I don't know. But it doesn't feel quite like what people describe when they're talking about Nessie, if that makes sense. But it does seem like there's something weird in there. So, because I'm not getting, you know, all three reversals in their difficult types of positions and things like that. I'm not getting certain types of cards here that make me feel like this is total. So, it seems that there's something there. I just don't see it as being this same big dinosaur that's been in there for bajillions of years or whatever. That I'm not seeing. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Makes sense to me. So, all right. Next up, let's see here. On my list, vampires. Okay. Vampires on my list. Let's take a peeky peek. Let's take a peeky peek. What do we got here? What do we have here? Okay. Let's see. Okay. Upright or reverse. This one came out weird. Upright or reverse? Okay. It came out weird on the... You saw how it came out weird on the stack. Whatever. You saw. Alrighty, so we've got three reversals here, and we've got them in their positions that would make sense to see here. I'm not getting what to me feels like, you know, what we're thinking of for vampires. So, you know, with the three of swords here in reverse, it's interesting to see this because it's being stabbed right through the heart, you know, and you think of that kind of stuff in the old folklore about vampires. So it's interesting to see that here. It's also interesting to see the Hierophant card here as being like, throw a little holy water on it, Susan, you know, that kind of thing as well. But that's what this whole stack is giving me. It's telling me all about vampires, people being afraid of it, paranoid about it, scared of it, anxious. It's telling me all about it, but it's telling me all about it in a way that makes me feel like it's a story and just a story. So I'm not from this getting anything that feels compelling in terms of something being super real. But I am seeing the story. Now, are there people that maybe consider themselves vampires some kind of way? Because, you know, maybe they feel cool to say that. Or maybe they want to, you know, imbibe that certain red substance from a body that I'm not allowed to say now, you know, on video. Maybe they do that and they feel like it gives them some extra zhuzh or something like that. But I don't necessarily see that meaning that there's something, that they are a creature that is transcendent and non-human or undead or, you know, any kind of whatever that the vampires are supposed to be. So, you know, with this lineup, I'm getting story. So, Let's pull this one up here. Look into some other ones. Okay, the next one y'all have on my list. Zombies. Okay. Isn't there a song like that? Like that lady that's like yodeling the word zombie or something? I find that incredibly annoying sounding to me. But you know, hey, my voice is even more annoying sounding than hers, so I got nothing. But let's see here. What do we see about that? Alrighty, so interesting here. These are upright in their good positions. This is downturn. These would be strong here like that. But it's interesting here from what I'm seeing, because this is all about mental energy and having some sort of clarity. And this is kind of you see before, when we get the Fool card, there's something childlike about it. There's something, you know, that childlike wonder and awe, that youthful vibe to it. And so again, when you have that youthful type of stuff in the mix, and hey, pages are youthful too, we're just gonna throw that out there, then again, you get this kind of childlike element to it. So stories, or be scared of what this is, what if this happens, what if a zombie comes and bites off your face, you know, like little kids liking to say shit like that. So it doesn't necessarily lend itself with these two on the end as feeling super real. It's interesting here though, we get this King of Wands upright, because I'm wondering why they're giving me this card. Like, where are they going with this? With fucking zombies. I'm gonna get a context card on him. Okay. Interesting. So when we get the Ace of Cups upright, sometimes like Fountain of Youth, you know, Elixir of Life, blah, blah, blah. And in the reverse position on top of that, it's kind of given off, and I'm just a girl reading cards. It's all alleged. Just my interpretation of the cards is just a silly shigs type of visio where I am literally dressed up for Halloween. So again, don't take me too seriously here, y'all. But this is making me feel like it is possible that there's been certain people, real people, who've had certain conditions or something like that, that maybe made them kind of seem zombie-ish. Okay? I don't know if this is like they were pronounced dead for a little while and then they came back, or if this is something that's like, you know, a skin eating type of thing that makes you look really scary, or if this is some kind of a weird, like, you know, things aren't going correctly in a body and it should by all measure be expired, but for some reason there's still some kind of semblances of life happening, or, you know, say someone is already gone but they have some muscle twitches or something happening that causes their bodies to move, or vocalizations or something. There's something here that makes it seem like there could be people who have existed that could have looked like this or been classified as this, or made people suspicious that this is a thing. So I'm just gonna throw that out there for what it's worth. That doesn't mean that on the whole, you know, oh, this is a real true phenomenon and it can be expected of anybody to just, you know, piles and piles of people from cemeteries rising up and coming back. Like, you know, no, not necessarily. That's where we get these two youthful cards here with the Page and the Fool. But it's interesting that they gave us that to kind of interpret that way. So that's just curious. That's just curious. And whatever that is, I hope that this always stays a one-off, and that we can keep that door closed, and that there's not some kind of a, you know, thing like a certain viral something that could be ingested and cause this, or, you know, like, let's just hope this door stays closed and the window stays closed, and we put nails in it and we hammer it shut. We hammer it shutter than shut. Even the shutterest of shutter of shut. Yes. Let's do that, shall we? Let's do that. Alrighty, here. Shuffle it back up, and next on the list is werewolves. Interesting. All these are ones that y'all have written down. So if there's anybody that's like, what the fuck is she asking, and who gives a shit? Who asked for this? People did ask for this. This really was written down. I have it in places all over my channel for suggestions, so it's there. It's there. Alrighty, werewolves. Werewolves. Okay. Werewolves. What do we got? What do we got? I might make a Perk Squad extended video after this. I might just make some sort of little Halloween extra. That's what we'll do. We'll make a I'm doing a lot for werewolves apparently. Well, you know, hey, fuck it. Let's do a lot for werewolves. I'm just getting into what I'm used to doing with all 6. Well, okay, we're gonna have 6 for werewolves, but I might just do a Perk Squad extended here, to just add a little extra, a little extra Halloween something for Perk Squad folks. So, again, for anybody that wants to be a part of that, the join button is below, or the link you can copy and paste from the description box as well. So, with werewolves, we've got a lot here. Didn't intend to go this far, but we did. It's interesting here. I know this is not the moon, but the whole howling at the moon thing, and we have this sun in the sky. It's not the moon card, even if there exists a moon card in tarot, but that's what this vibe intuitively is bringing me, this upright. So it's so funny that they're doing that. So again, they're doing things that tell the story of werewolves here. We only have this one reversal. Notice we only have this one reversal. These things are upright and in their strong positions as well. So it does feel like there could be something out there that gives off that kind of appearance. Now, does that mean that whatever this animal, I guess I'm going to call it, is goes exactly as it's described in, I guess, folklore stories? I don't necessarily know that that's the case here. So I don't necessarily know that they're saying like, oh, this is people that during a certain time of year or month or sky or whatever transform into this thing. I don't necessarily think it's referring to that from what I'm seeing here. But it does feel like there's some sort of a creature that probably looks like this, or gives off the appearance of this, or something along those lines. It's also interesting here, we've got 3 knights all back to back up here on the top row, and yet we've got this 4 of cups like, I don't believe it, fuck that, I doubt that. But then you've got this 5 of swords over here. It's like, okay, well, I'm trying to tell you, okay, well, I guess you're leaving. I was trying to tell you, but you know, you're walking off. You don't believe me. So this is all about kind of this presentation of disbelief, while up here we're charging forward with this, charging forward with some sort of like passion and innovation to discovery, charging forward some sort of information, charging forward some sort of emotion here. So I am seeing something here that feels like we've got things here that, and again, I haven't looked up anything on werewolves, so I don't know if there's any quote-unquote proof. I don't know if there have been any quote-unquote sightings. I don't know if there's anything compelling out there for the possibility of something like this existing, but this top row makes it feel like there is something that looks, you know, not quite like a wolf, but not like a person, but, you know, some weird kind of hybridy looking animal, something. This makes it seem like there's something out there that could be compelling to make it look like, yeah, this is what people could have seen, and then they developed all these stories about it and, you know, made a fake character out of it. But this is the baseline for that. You know, I'm getting this thing that's like, you know how people say based on a true story, and it's like, here's this true story, and then people took it way over here over the years and expounded upon it and made all this other fictional shit up about it, but there was a basis in some kind of truth. That's what I'm seeing here with the werewolf thing. Like, there's some kind of basis of something that looks like that, some kind of animal that's like that in truth, and then all this extra characteristics and stuff got put on it in a man-made, you know, made up type of way to be a good kind of folklore story or whatever. So, just saying, that's what I'm seeing. Just saying. Alrighty, so, last but not least, let's look here. I'm making all kinds of damn sounds today. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. It's the spirit of the season. We're being goofy and whatever tonight. Who the fuck cares? Who cares? If you care, go watch some serious shit. I've got serious videos. I got some serious shit out there. This just ain't one of them. This is a play video. We're playing. We're having a good time. We're just piddling around here. So, fairies slash elementals slash whatever the fuck they are or whatever. In terms of existing, let's see, let's go the normal three-way that I had been doing. Okay, interesting. Two upright in their strong position and a reversal here, and here we go again. Hierophant being a very spiritual type of card here, very spiritual type of card. But then with this Queen of Wands, this black cat is always kind of that witchy vibe, always that kind of mystery. In fact, sometimes I refer to this cat as Great Mystery. Like when I'm doing private readings, I'll call the cat Great Mystery as if it's its name. I don't know that the cat technically has a name, but I named the cat Great Mystery because I think that's a great cat name for this, and because that's what it's presenting here. It's like you've got this confident feminine energy, but you've got this mystery around it, this mystique around it. Over here with the Knight of Cups, something very emotional. So it's interesting that this is looking like we're getting some positive signs for this to be real or existing. However, what I will say, if in the absence of getting any Pentacles cards, because Pentacles cards are all about our physical stuff, you know, our tangible, earthly whatever. In the absence of getting that, and we're getting all of this other type of energy here, it feels a little bit abstract-ish. So, and again, I haven't done a bajillion things of research on fairies or whatever. I don't even know what an elemental is, but y'all said to write it down next to fairies, so I did. There's this feeling here, I don't even know how to word it. Like, if it exists, but not necessarily in the complete physical. Jesus Lord, I know I'm sounding absolutely berserk here, but, you know, follow me on this. Like, for example, you know, ghosts and spirits and all of those kinds of things, they exist, apparently. A lot of people believe so and have a lot of, you know, scientific ways that they measure the existence of spirits and or ghosts or whatever, but they're not always visually apparent because it's something that's beyond this, you know, tangible, hardcore dimension kind of thing. And there is a vibe here of that as well. This cup here, the spirituality of this card, the great mystery of this card, there's just something about those three elements put together that feels like that. Like not necessarily of this realm, could we say? I'm trying to explain what's coming up in my mind from these cards and coming up for me as best as I can with the absence of having some perfect words to use for it, but that's what this vibe is giving me. And so it's kind of like, to me, they're relating it to like ghost sightings of, we've manifested here and we draw back into our own realm kind of thing. And it's the same type of thing here. This is a very abstract type of thing because it's a feeling card, a spirituality card, a great mystery here. So it just gives me a very different, spiritual dimension-y type of feel to it, to me. And that's what I'm seeing here. So anywho, if you'd like a private reading, then description box down below, BeasTalksAndTarot.com, and you can get a private reading with me. And I am going to meet up with you Perk Squad members for an extra little Halloween something of sorts. But I hope everybody has a fun weekend and a safe weekend. And feel free to stare stories. Feel free to stare stories. To share stories of what you're doing this Halloween. If you're dressing up, what are you dressing up as? Any creative costumes out there for you or your kids? Anything cool that you'd like to share about Halloween stuff, or about any of the different beings, I guess, that we talked about here today? Then let me know. And don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Bye, love you, me. Bye, love you, me. Bye, y'all.